Hi, this is Apostle Dr. Jewel Williams with our friendship moment, and I'm calling today's lesson Spiritual Accountability Partners. I preached a couple of weeks ago, and I'm talking about financial healing, and one of the things I talked about was having an accountability partner. Let me read the scripture, and then I'm gonna tell you why this is important. Hebrews 10:24 and 25. I'm reading the English Standard Version, and it says, "And let us consider how to stir up one another to love and good works, not neglecting to meet together as is the habit of some, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day drawing near." And I picked the scripture because I like to say, let us consider how to stir up one another to love and good works. And it says, not neglecting the meeting together. Now, I know scripture says, we often use that around church, but let's also just use this in terms of accountability. And really what it means to be an accountability partner is I am holding you accountable to something. So what am I holding you accountable to? There could be several ways that a person can show up in your life. And we're talking about friendship, but your friend can hold you accountable financially. Your friend can hold you accountable, spiritually, morally, physically. You can have an accountability partner in different ways. And to be honest, your friend, when we talk about these covenant friendship, they should show up in some of these type of capacities. Story time, when one of the things I shared about was how I wasn't tithing at the time, and it was out of fear. Like most of us, like they say, you robbing Peter to pay Paul. Well, I couldn't rob Peter because he didn't have nothing. So Peter nor Paul was getting paid. So it was just really a difficult time. And so I had a conversation with the Lord around why things weren't going better. And he had to show me some truth. And when he did, I went to my friend and I said, okay, I need you to hold me accountable to giving. Because I want to be a cheerful giver. I told her how much we were going to give, and I told her when I needed her to call me to make sure I was giving my money. Now, guess what? She couldn't hold me accountable to something she wasn't doing first. And so when you look for somebody to hold you accountable to something, they have to be doing it themselves. So when you ask somebody to hold you accountable to eating right, or working on your diet, or being true to your prayer life, or being, accountable to something, they have to first be somebody that is doing what you wanted them to hold you accountable to. And so one of the things I want to talk about in this friendship moment is just this. It said, let us consider to stir up one another to love and good works, that good works part. In a covenant relationship, you need to make sure that those that you are in relationship with, that you are covenanting with, are actually doing good works, that they are doing the things that they need to be doing to live a life that's pleasing to God. And they're not neglecting to hold you accountable, not neglecting to make sure that you are showing up to also then do what it is that you said do. So I thank God for those that are willing to hold me accountable, that are willing to say, Jewel, that's the right thing to do, so do the right thing. That's not the right thing to do, so you don't need to be doing that. So I hope you find some good covenant relationships that hold you, accountable. God bless.